We need to talk. This video was supposed to be a complete Killer Klowns retrospective, a movie breakdown, behind the scenes, all that stuff, in addition to what this video is. I'm going to break these videos up because I want to put as much attention to this topic as I can. A very big reason I wanted to make a Killer Klowns video was because I personally wanted to know more about the clowns, their powers, weapons, motives, all that stuff, and I just couldn't find a very good video on YouTube about it. They all had the same shallow explanations about the biggest, most popular parts of the clowns, and I didn't think it was worth watching, and actually, some of the videos ended up, contradicting each other. You know, one video would say something, and the other video would say a completely different thing about the same thing. And that confused me a little bit. So I decided, if I wanted the information I was looking for, I would have to do my own research. So first, I went to the fandom wiki to learn what I could, and that's when I started to become skeptical. You see, there are a lot of theories on the fandom wiki, which seemed odd to me, but it's fine. Maybe there's just isn't a lot of information on certain aspects of Killer Klowns. So a little while later, I finally got Killer Klowns in the mail and was super excited to watch it, and the behind the scenes included with the DVD. And after viewing the movie 5 times, 2 of which with audio commentary, I was pretty surprised to see more conflicting information from the YouTube videos I watched and the fandom wiki. So at this point, I'm a little confused. If this information is so readily available from the most credible source out there, the writers, director, producers, then why on earth are so many people getting it wrong? What's even more infuriating is that some of these videos claim they do a lot of research, when clearly they don't if they get something as simple as a clown's name wrong. What was the biggest disappointment, however, was the fandom wiki. I previously thought that fandom wikis would be a credible source because, well, they're made by the fans, and I figured that someone would do their research because, well, they love the work and they probably would want to know as much as they could about it and then give that information to everybody else. Unfortunately, this doesn't appear to be the case, at least for the Killer Klowns page. Besides some minor inaccuracies, there is a huge one that needs to be addressed. There's a theory on the wiki about the female clowns and why the clowns put one of the main characters in a balloon instead of killing them like they have done with everybody else so far. These are 2 common questions that people have, so the wiki tries to explain both with a ludicrous theory with nothing behind it, like literally nothing. The theory goes, the clowns capture women in balloons, so they take them back to the ship, put them through a mutation device that turns them from human to clown, at which point they can use the new mutated female clowns as sex slaves. Bruh. I'm about to blow your mind right now. Okay, wiki writers? Come closer. Listen. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? If you listen to the audio commentary, the Kyotos say what the balloons are for, and it's not mutant sex slaves. Bruh. Basically, the balloons are essentially refrigerators. So the clowns, they like to eat people, and they eat people by putting them in cotton candy and then drinking them. I'll explain more later. But right now, this is just basic. Let's say there's too many cotton candy cocoons, okay? Too many people, and if they're gonna finish them all, some are gonna get rotted and not be worth it. So clowns, they will put people in a balloon. That way the humans are captured and they're alive, so when the clowns need more food, they have some already stored. They can just wrap them in cotton candy and then eat them later. That's it. Okay. Sex slavery. Mutant clown sex slaves. I'm talking about a refrigerator. So yeah, I guess whoever wrote the Ricky. So yeah, I guess whoever wrote the wiki didn't do the bare minimum level of research and listen to the audio commentary. By the way, it's packaged with the base DVD. You don't have to buy some $40 version with a second special features disc. No, any version of Killer Klowns you buy right now, it will come with all the special features. So research is easily available and very credible. This is just unacceptable. This isn't the only thing wrong, by the way. There are quite a few more little mistakes, some kind of as big as this one, but not really. And I'm not gonna talk about any more of these. Alright, all the information that's going to be later in this video is going to be accurate information. Don't look at the wiki. So that's all I'm gonna say. I just wanted to point out this really egregious example so you kind of know what I mean when I say the wiki's wrong and these videos are wrong. Since a lot of the videos are probably using the wiki as the primary, if not only source. In fact, I know that one specific video uses the wiki as a source because, well, I left a comment to sort of explained some of the inaccuracies that they had, and they responded to me rather quickly, telling me that they did a whole bunch of research and that all the information in the video is correct. One of the sources they cite, the Wikipedia. In fact, the first source they cite are wikis. So, I don't know what to say. With all these countless videos, the fandom wiki being horribly wrong, insufficient, you can understand why I'm a little discouraged right now. So I'm going to do something about it. This video is going to be a complete, in-depth overview of everything that we know about the Klowns. All the information in this video is going to come from behind the scenes, special features, basically all of the sources that I would consider the most credible. The actual creators of the movie. The writer, director, producer, the three Kyoto brothers. Nothing I'm about to say in this video hasn't already been said by these guys. So rest assured, I will not be feeding you misinformation. So if you want to know more about the Klowns, this is the best possible place to do so. Roll the intro. The titular Killer Klowns and Killer Klowns from Outer Space are a pretty unique entry in the Killer Klowns subgenre. This isn't your typical maniac in clown makeup or your standard ancient intergalactic light orbs that gain sustenance from human fear. No, these clowns are aliens. We don't know what their species is called or what planet they come from. All we know is that they like to eat humans by way of wrapping them in cotton candy till they form a cocoon. We don't know what their species is called or what planet they come from. All we know is that they like to eat humans by way of wrapping them in cotton candy till they form a cocoon. The cotton candy cocoons gelatinize the humans inside and make a nice, nutritious drink for the clowns. Tasty! They travel through space in a colorful maze of a ship that looks like a top, but like, way, way bigger. Now, there is a video out there that says the ship transforms into a top, but like most of that video, this is wrong. The ship retains its shape always. When it lands, it bores a big hole into the ground, covering about 2/3 of it. So the only thing that we see up top is, well, the top of the top. And wouldn't you know it, it just happens to have the same shape of a tent, as well as a bunch of, I don't know if they're like anchors or lights or what, but they come out of the top and go into the ground, which sort of makes it look more like a tent. But the ship doesn't actually like change its shape, it doesn't morph or anything, it just buries most of it into the ground, and what's left above the surface happens to look like a circus tent. I'm leaving it. The ship has a lot of confusing geometry and some sort of TARDIS technology inside, because despite how big the ship is, it definitely isn't large enough to fit all of the rooms and hallways depicted. Some of those rooms include the important food storage room where they store and incubate popcorn, the even more important engine room. Well, it's not quite an engine, but it's where the ship gets its power from. There's a giant open room where Clownzilla appears, and there's a ball pit where the female clowns like to hang. These rooms are all connected by long corridors that sometimes lead to mechanical doors, gag doors of descending sizes, and fireman poles that lead down to this Sarlacc type creature. This guy is really cool, and I wish we knew more / got to see more of him. Them being aliens means they have some abilities that we as humans do not. The clowns sport super strength, invulnerability except when you hit their nose, they can leap tall buildings in a single bound, detach their own body parts like lizards and regrow them at will, they can turn their heads 180 degrees if not a full 360, they can use humans as ventriloquist dummies that they use to communicate with their victims, and I'm pretty sure they can walk on walls. In the jail scene, Dave walks through following a trail of clown footprints, and these footprints go all over the walls and ceilings. These very well could be fake footprints that the clowns put up, but honestly, the idea of a clown walking in walls is a lot scarier and cooler than imagining a clown putting up a bunch of decals by hand. But this one is not a confirmed power. This is just my own personal headcanon, and I want to make that distinction here, but everything else, not personal headcanon. But this one is, because I thought it was a cool idea, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. Not confirmed, just cool. A very obvious power though is their ability to impersonate the voice of anybody they want. This has got to be the scariest power by far.
Debbie, it's Mike, open up! Mike? Debbie!
In addition to these insane powers that would probably be enough on their own, the little bastards also carry a variety of weapons to aid them. These weapons look like colorful toys, but don't be fooled. They're as deadly as a king-cut cobra. Few weapons are as important as the cotton candy ray. This gun will wrap its targets in a cotton candy cocoon, which will slowly gelatinize them for later consumption. If there are too many gelatinized human stalks, the clowns opt to use a gun that encases the target in a balloon, which I've already stated stores the humans so that they're fresh when the clowns need some more food. Let's rapid fire some of the less exciting weapons. Mallets, spiky baseball bats, golf clubs, mini bats, hockey sticks, axes, and what I can only describe as a fishing rod that decided it wanted to be a billy club and paid the wrong plastic surgeons. I don't know what this thing is. However, not all these weapons are physical objects. There are deadly shadow puppets and invisible cars. If you thought we were done, oh boy, we are not. There are party blowers that strangle you, acid pies that melt you, and mutant popcorn that noms at you. That mutant popcorn can be manually placed or launched out of a specially designed popcorn cannon, and that popcorn is sticky. It's a common idea that these dope little clown snakes are baby clowns that will grow into fully formed killer clowns with a body and legs, everything. But there is no evidence in the movie, nor have the Kyoto brothers said that these were baby clowns, so I'm just gonna say this is purely a theory. There isn't much evidence, and it isn't even strongly or subtly suggested in any way. If you thought clown snakes hatching out of popcorn was weird, just wait till you see the balloon dog that can turn into an actual bloodhound that can track and hunt down its enemies. It also sounds really cute. I don't even know if you can call this a weapon, but the clowns also have bouquets that can shoot water. Oh yeah, and there's a pair of boxing gloves that have springs in them that can punch with such force it can decapitate someone in a single punch. This is going to be a short section because, contrary to this video and a lot of other videos, we don't actually know all of the names for the clowns. Only a few. So, despite a bunch of videos that name a whole bunch of clowns, I couldn't independently verify most of those names. In fact, the internet even has some names that we do know completely wrong. So, what clowns do we know for sure? Well, this guy is Bubbles. Some places name him as Fatso, but it's Bubbles. Fatso is actually this clown, which some places say is Chubby. But this guy's Fatso, this guy's Bubbles.
Clowns would kill you.
Yeah, this is home invasion right here.
And what was that guy's name? Was that Fatty or Bubbles?
I think it was Bubbles.
Yeah, we had a name for each of the clowns. 50, 60 cocoons.
Yeah, about that.
We had a crew working for weeks.
And this is Fatso. That was the clown's name.
A super common mistake that I actually believed because everywhere says that this clown's name is Shorty. Everywhere except from the Kyoto brothers, who actually name him as Tiny.
There we go, Tiny. This is Tiny. Played by Gino.
So, I guess this clown's name is Tiny, not Shorty like the entire world thinks that it is. Another common mistake is that this clown's name is Jumbo. But, once again, it's not what the Kyoto brothers say. So this clown's name is actually Killer.
This is Killer. His name is Killer. And this is at Big Top Burgers.
By the way, he is definitely the best and coolest clown. Killer's awesome, and his name isn't Jumbo. And lastly, the big clown, Clownzilla. His name is just Clownzilla, not Jojo the Clownzilla or Jojo. It's just Clownzilla or Marionette Clown.
Now, originally, this King Clown, or we call him Clownzilla, that descends from the center.
Yeah, the original concept of the marionette clown, he was supposed to be in strings the entire time.
The reason I believe it's so common for people to think this guy's name is Jojo the Clownzilla is because of this scene.
Hey, Rich, Paul! Stop! Leave them alone! Do what I say or else! Give me the mic! I am the great and powerful JoJo! I command you to stop! Do not hurt them! Let them go!
Clearly, the clowns are in awe after seeing this Chuck with the clown head on top after one of the Terenzis says his name is Jojo. But hold up a minute. What does it say on the side of that truck? Oh, it says Jojo. So the ice cream mascot is named Jojo. Actually, didn't we hear that name once before in a completely different context?
Big bad JoJo coming into
Oh, right! So here's my thinking. Since this random biker called Tiny Jojo when he saw him, and the clown on the ice cream truck is named Jojo, it can reasonably be assumed that Jojo is just a generic clown name in this world. If it wasn't, the only way you could explain these two very disconnected circumstances, both using the name Jojo to refer to a clown, would be that the residents of Crescent Cove not only know about the alien clown species, but also that there's a giant one, and that they told them their names, or at least Clownzilla told them his name, and that the clowns didn't kill them. That goes against everything that we know about the clown's motive so far, and also the town's reaction in the movie. So that must mean that Jojo is simply a generic clown name in this world, just like Rover or Fido is a generic dog name. Now to explain the shocked reaction that the clowns had upon hearing that this clown's name was Jojo. Well, that's actually pretty simple. They're not reacting to the name and thinking it's Clownzilla. They're seeing what they believe is another giant clown. Well, at least just the head of one. Clowns are probably like, hey, there's another big clown. That's crazy. I don't think they're looking at this clown and thinking that it's Clownzilla, which is why they appear shocked. Because, as far as they know, there's only one big clown, and now there's another big clown. Once again, like I said, the Kyotos have only ever referred to him as Clownzilla, or Marionette Clown, or Marionette Monster, but never, ever Jojo, because his name isn't Jojo. Jojo's the name of the ice cream truck, and also probably just a generic clown name that everybody's gonna use when referring to a clown. Okay, so those are all the clowns I can confidently list. So yeah, that is a pretty far cry from the tele-animated video, which lists every single clown. And actually, if you look on the internet, you'll see a lot of lists that name every single clown, including clowns in the background. So these lists are never usually factual. Unless there's one that comes out by the Kyoto brothers, I'm just gonna say all of these lists are merely a fan list of just some random names that people wanted to call the clowns, not the actual legitimate names that the Kyotos would name them. For the record, I like tele-animated. I think they make entertaining stuff. I think it's good. This particular Killer Klowns video, maybe not the most accurate. And with that, you now know everything about the Killer Klowns. These weapons, plus the powers they possess, make them one of the scariest horror movie monsters. Also, the most fun and unique. I love Killer Klowns from Outer Space and just wanted an accurate video on the internet and debunk some of the common myths regarding these monsters. I know I promised you guys that I would do a video every week this month and a bunch of shorts, but it's the end of the month and there's only one video and 3 shorts. I'm really sorry about that. My time management wasn't good this month, and these videos take a lot of time to make. It's just me doing all this, so I work as fast as I can, but unfortunately, that does not go within a week turnaround that I was trying to do for this month. Not to mention, I was trying to do a bunch of large-scale videos that take twice up to 3 times as long, which includes the Killer Klowns retrospective video, which this video isn't. If I do this again, and I definitely want to, I am 100% going to need to have a couple videos made in advance. That way I can spend more time on the other videos, or just have all of the videos done and then just schedule them. That way I can actually get everything out, all the shorts, all the videos, without trying to pressure myself into doing a whole video start to finish in 1 week. Anyways, that's all for me, and don't trust clowns.